If you're enjoying this show, don't forget to support us. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more. Your star ratings and reviews help others discover our podcast. So take a moment to share your thoughts. We appreciate you, and let's keep the conversation going. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to ADHP. That's Attention Deficit Hyperactive Politics. Will you please welcome your hosts, Doug, Todd, and Brandon.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, go ahead, Doug.
Oh, were we? Was that the theme song that we should have been hearing?
You didn't hear it?
No, I didn't hear a thing.
Really? Okay, well, it was there.
Brandon, did you hear it? Brandon, are you there?
It played.
All right, well, welcome everybody to a live, as you can tell, live edition of ADHP, the Attention Deficit Hyperactive Politics Podcast. I'm your host, Doug Robinson, with my co-hosts, Todd Sellers and Brandon Popson. How we doing, guys?
Doing good.
Is Brandon there? I don't know if Brandon's like, his thing's moving like he's talking, but I don't hear him. Do you hear him?
I don't hear nothing.
There we go. Jesus.
Okay, there it is.
Oh, it was going on my microphone there for a second.
Ah,
But no, I did not hear the intro either.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Glitches, that's the theme of the show. That's a hallmark of the podcast.
I mean, first Doug was saying he could barely hear me, which is weird because I don't know.
Doesn't Todd sound a little more muffled?
Muffled?
Or not as high quality as usual, Brandon?
Yeah, he sounds a little bit, quiet.
I don't know.
So,
Is that better? Hello,
Maybe.
testing, 1 2 1 2. I'm not so. I mean, I don't know. Everything seems to be moving. It's not moving as much as it has been on the OBS software. It seems to be quieter, but it's working. So I don't know.
all right. Well, we can hear each other. I guess that's what's important.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, how have you guys been? How's your week been, Todd? I know you just saw a movie.
I did. Yeah, I just got home from seeing Predator: Badlands, and other than like a 3 minutes bit towards the end where my bladder was like, "Come on!" So I had to step away for a few minutes. But other than that, what I saw was amazing. I'm definitely buying that movie.
Did we preview this on the podcast? Did we talk about this a few weeks back?
I think we talked about it coming. Yeah.
Yeah, because I did not realize it was in theaters until you said you saw it.
Yeah. No, it's I was thinking when I saw Badlands, I thought it was a theatrical release of the one that was on Hulu, the animated one that they released like a month and a half ago. But it's a completely different movie.
Now, is this in the same series? Like, is it same universe as Prey?
I mean, it's all the same creatures, so yeah. I mean, it's on a different planet entirely. You're seeing it from the perspective of this particular predator, and you see some things that are mentioned in other movie series. The company from the Alien movies is in it. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head because my brain is kind of fogged.
Oh
today.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
We even see one of the. We see like a much bigger version of the exoskeleton that. Oh, I got my. Shut up.
Uh-oh.
That was my Alexa talking, reminding me that the open mic is tomorrow night.
Here's something you need to know right now.
I'm gonna go mute that shit so it doesn't happen again. I'll be right back.
So you see any movies this weekend, Brandon?
No, it is my start of my weekend today. Like Sunday's my basically my Saturday.
Gotcha. I see.
Yeah, that's why I'm busy a lot of times on Sundays. It's because I have to. That's the first day to run out and go take care of all my weekend chores. But no, I've just been playing games lately. I've been playing the new Outer Worlds game. you're into video games.
I see it advertised to me all the time every time I load up my Xbox, but I don't know what it is. Is it like a battle royale game or what is it?
Oh no, actually, you know what's funny? I don't play multiplayer games like ever.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So it's an RPG or something?
Yeah, it's an RPG first person shooter, kind of like in the same vein as like Fallout, the new Fallout, but it's a lot more talking based. But I like it. It's good, pretty decent so far. I have a Game Pass, so it's kind of there. So
There you
Okay.
go. All right. Well, do we want to get into the big news of the day? We actually have breaking news that we can. We are here to talk about live.
Yep.
Phone numbers up.
It will be. Hold on.
You can join the Twitch call if you're a Twitch person.
Yeah, and I gotta start that too.
Oh yeah,
Because we get so many of those, I don't always remember to start it up, and it is now active. Actually, the joining the Twitch live is probably the easiest way to do it. My phone's been acting weird the last few days, so plus it's almost dead.
So the big news, of course, is the government's been shut down, and the Democrats have been holding on because they want to ensure that everyone's premiums don't go up. Well, it looks like we've reached a deal negotiated by a group of Democrats and GOP leaders to fund the government through January 30th, so a little more than a couple months. And it still needs to clear the House, which will take a few days. So per NBC, senators struck an agreement Sunday projecting confidence that it will be sufficient to end the lengthy U.S. government shutdown. This is three sources with direct knowledge of the details told NBC News. The agreement, reached by a group of Democrats who teamed up with Republicans, cleared the first hurdle on a vote of 60-40 to advance in a late-night Senate vote. If it's approved, it would then need to pass the House and gain Trump's signature. So what is the deal here? What are the details?
And from what I'm hearing, unfortunately, it does not extend subsidies in Obamacare. It does force a vote in December. Here's the thing. I heard about this deal being floated about 2 or 3 days ago in a different form. It was actually going to push the vote back until the midterms and allow the midterm elections, let the voters decide that. Obviously, the Republicans didn't really want that to be the deal because that's kind of putting them on the chopping block. So I feel like this was their idea of middle ground, but it's a shitty deal for the typical American because they folded on this.
So the agreement contains a minibus 3 full-year appropriations bills that will fund certain departments, like agriculture, through the end of fiscal year next fall, continuing resolution to fund the rest of the government through January 30th, like we said, fully fund the supplemental fully fund SNAP through next September. So that's at least something, I guess.
I mean, he's going to have to. What's he going to do? If he didn't reinstate that, there would have been riots in the street. If you think
those are his people.
Yeah, it's everybody. Like, if you think the George Floyd riots were bad, wait till you see the fucking people can't feed their kids riots.
Yeah.
That's going to be real rioting, That's going to be everyone.
Yeah, and then like you said, major concession for Democrats does not include an extension of the expiring subsidies. So allowing the funds to lapse would raise insurance premiums for millions of Americans, as we've heard all over the news lately. So instead, the Democrats settled for a promise that the Senate will vote, like you said, at the second week of December.
And it honestly would have been better if they had done a year extension for the subsidies and then let it up to the midterms. The Republicans, they floated that a couple days ago, but obviously they have rewritten the terms of this because obviously they do not want this to come down to a midterm vote because they would lose.
And making this even like more of a fucking bending over from the Democrats is that House Speaker Mike Johnson is still saying, like, he has said he won't promise that the House will vote on extending the subsidies. So this gets them a vote in the Senate, but if the House doesn't also vote, it's meaningless. So this is literally that's like a meaningless victory.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the concession here, this is not a good one. It was and God damn it, I'm so mad about this because 2 days ago I heard about this deal getting floated, and I was thinking and when the Dems were like, "Oh, we'll do that," the Republicans started panicking because they didn't expect them to say that. But this is a terrible concession. It is a terrible mistake.
And here's what I want to know is I want to know if these Democrats that voted for it broke with leadership or were they given the blessing. So the deal to end the shutdown was negotiated by Senators Jeanne Shaheen, Maggie Hassan, and who are Democrats, and Angus King, an independent, plus Majority Leader John Thune, who's Republican. And then there are 8 Democrats who voted to advance it, which are Shaheen and Hassan, also Angus King, and then Senators Catherine Cortez Masto, Dick Durbin, John Fetterman, of course, Tim Kaine, and Jackie Rosen. So that, I mean, I would think that if Dick Durbin is voting for it and Tim Kaine are voting for it, they must have had permission from party leadership. But I'm wondering if we can find that reported on at all.
I doubt that they will. It was a closed door meeting.
And so this came a few days after Republicans emphatically rejected a proposal by Democrats to reopen the government alongside a 1-year extension of the ACA funds. King apparently opposed the shutdown strategy from the start.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The year-long extension would have been the way to go for this. They should have pushed for that. They should have taken them, the Republicans, up on that and been like, "No, you said it. We're doing that."
Yeah, that's so. The Republicans, you're saying, actually said they would do a year-long extension?
That thing that was floated at one point in order to kind of try to bait them into, but given how the Republicans are, that they just wanted to see if people were interested in that, and then of course they walked it back. I don't know how they managed to walk it back to not doing it at all, but that just shows why the Democrats are a center right party at the end of the day, and it just shows that.
Yeah. And Senator Chris Murphy from Connecticut, who voted against the measure, warned Democrats that they are making a mistake. This bill doesn't do anything to arrest the healthcare catastrophe, nor does it constrain in any meaningful way President Trump's illegality, he said. I think the voters were pretty clear on Tuesday night what they wanted Congress to do, and more specifically what they wanted Democrats to do. And I'm really saddened that we didn't listen to them. Like, I almost wonder if this is like the corporate money that controls Democrats. Like, is this is this them punishing the left for winning last Tuesday? Like, saying like, okay, well now, like, we got through the election, now we're giving up, now we're gonna capitulate and reopen the government because we got through the election and won, and but now, you know, we're not gonna let you get the stuff you asked for. I don't know. Maybe they're also cynically like, well, if Americans get hurt, at least we did our due diligence of letting them know who to blame, but we'll see who really takes the blame here.
I'm pretty mad. I really thought that was going to be the year extension. How did they go for that? Like, that's the question. How did they go from a year extension to literally nothing? Like, that's an insane concession to make. This was all about the healthcare, and then they just said "fuck it" out of the blue.
So over on Government Executive, so apparently the agreement came together on the shutdown's 40th day and would approve full-year appropriations for the Veterans Affairs Department, Agriculture Department, and the Legislative Branch. All other agencies would operate at their 2025 levels. Most of the Democrats voted against the deal because of the lack of the ACA subsidies. But in one concession to Democrats, the bill will unwind more than 4,000 layoffs the Trump admin issued during the shutdown. The court injunction applies to the duration of the shutdown, and the Trump administration mostly had not indicated whether it would seek to move forward with the RIFs after the government reopens. And there would ban all agencies from carrying out any more RIFs through January. So this is really like you can't say they got nothing, but this is really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
It really is. It really is. And I don't know why they made so many concessions out of the blue. Like, literally nothing. They just folded.
Well, yeah, this is the liberal thing lately. Like, do a compromise before you actually go and compromise. Like, you come out with a compromise position, and then you end up having to be talked down from that position already. Like, Obamacare was that. Like, we should have gone to the table with, like, Medicare for all, or at least a public option. And instead they went to the table with a compromise position and then got an even more compromised version of that. Because you always got to give a little during negotiations.
Yeah, but the Republicans gave basically nothing. Like, basically nothing at all. Like, they agreed to vote on something that's not going to pass the House anyhow. So...
Yeah.
So, what does Akeem Jeffries say about this? So the House Minority Leader, he says, "We will not support spending legislation advanced by Senate Republicans that fails to extend the ACA tax credits. We will fight the GOP bill in the House where Mike Johnson will be compelled to end a 7-week Republican taxpayer-funded vacation." Okay, whatever.
That's depressing.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, but somehow we need a total makeover of the Democratic Party, just a takeover of like a working families takeover of the Democratic Party. And maybe
I don't think you just Go for it.
Well, I was gonna say maybe the thing with Mondani winning and the support that's generating around the country, like maybe that's a start. Maybe that's just a little ball that gets rolling and can build over time to where maybe we do get AOC running for president. Maybe we do get that. I don't know.
I feel like at this point that's a little, just focusing on the Democratic Party is a little bit, it's too small. Like, I feel like we're getting to the point where nothing short of like a general strike is going to get the point across.
I would like to see that. Yes. And I know Sean Fain is working on one for the 2028 presidential year. I would like to see a general strike. It has to be, I don't want it to just be for certain specific, like.
It'd be super hard
people.
to actually make happen. It's that thing. To actually make a general strike work, you'd have to get a decent percentage of people to actually walk off the job. I have talked to a lot of people about this, and you'd be shocked, like, most people still, with everything, still would not be willing to do that.
Well, you got to prepare for it.
You would have to prepare for it for starters, but I mean, a lot of people, even they prep for it, a lot of people would be like, I just don't care. I know someone who's a gay guy, and he even said, even with everything that's happened, he's like, even then, I wouldn't walk off my job to even just protest at all.
Yeah, and not every single person has to walk off their job. Like, there's ways to do it with a general strike where it's like, you can get you get all the unions involved, and then you just need a certain percentage of the people, basically the people that can afford to take the time off and to participate, because you don't need people impoverishing themselves just to do this.
Exactly. I agree, but it's also not even just the biggest thing, to be honest, isn't even the money thing. It's that people are scared that they'll lose their jobs permanently.
Right.
Like, they're like, oh, I would, except then they're going to fire me, won't they? It's like, well, technically you're not allowed, at least people in the unions are protected, but I was like, a lot of people are not, and a lot of places are on at-will states. I want to say it's 47 states are at-will states, 48, something like that.
That would be almost all of them, so I don't know.
I believe it's almost all states are at-will employment states, except for maybe, I want to say it's up in the upper 40s. Hold on a second, let me see it. Now I'm curious. Oh, 49 states are at-will states. The only one that's not is Montana.
Nice.
So yeah, they could just fire you for no reason for you going on the general strike.
Yeah, that's why. Excuse me. That's why it definitely takes. You need a support network and you need preparation. You have to save up so that you can pay your mortgage or your rent for the duration of the strike. You need a support group. Like, that's why unions are important, because they allow you to get your health care and your financial support without dependence on the company that you work for, right? You get your health care through the union. You get your unemployment insurance either through the union or through your state. Thankfully, in Washington State, we have a great unemployment insurance program.
Man, I could not even imagine trying to unionize a bunch of veterinary technicians. I don't do that anymore, but that would be
I'm sure there is a union of veterinary technicians. There probably is one.
No, there's not. At least not in where we are.
Well, like, I'm not saying your people use them, but
maybe there is. Oh, yeah, San Francisco. Yeah. Looks like it's all locally based. What unions? Around.
Oh, always. Yeah. So, yeah, most industries have some sort of union presence. It's just, what is it, like 5%, 15%, maybe, in a lot of places?
Yeah. I would love to unionize something like that, but I have a feeling they're hurting cats. Vet techs are unique people.
Well, if they ought to know, they ought to be smart enough to know what's good for them.
You would think.
There's some
now, if they're so rare that they don't need a union, like, that's a different argument. But
yeah,
techs aren't rare. There's rare now. That's why I'm thinking about going back into it, because when I got out of it, there was a decent amount of technicians, but everybody left during the pandemic, and now there's no technicians really left anymore. So suddenly they're paying everybody what we told them they should be paying us before. So kind of now I'm kind of inclined to go back to it now that the pay is more in line for the amount of work you have to do.
So this is going to be interesting what happens now, because people are going to lose their premium, their subsidies, their premiums are going to skyrocket. This is going to cause certain doctors are going to have to drop people because they're not getting the subsidized. Like, some doctors are going to go out of business because they're not getting the subsidized business, and that's going to cause people with good coverage are still going to lose their doctor because of it.
I've been seeing pictures of people posting on like Reddit of their premiums going from like $45 a month to like $600 a month, and they're like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do right now?" Because I couldn't afford $600 a month premiums. I luckily where I work right now, I have healthcare as part of my thing. But
yeah, it seems to be what the Democrats are banking on is that, hey, they put out the offer to have the extension. Republicans refused it. Now that they've capitulated onto the Republicans' terms, they're hoping that everybody understands. Okay, what we wanted to do. We could keep the government shut down forever, but they're not going to do this unless you vote them out. So come next November, vote them out, and we'll try and make this right again. I mean, that's what they're hoping for. We'll see if it plays out that way.
Why do I doubt that? I think we should go to a more happy piece of news. Shall we talk about how we did some good stuff during the other elections?
Yeah, we had a great week on Tuesday, a great election night last week.
Woo-hoo. We really did. We did some major advances in areas I did not expect to see.
So what do you want to start with?
Let's start with a big one. Let's talk about the Mamdani win.
Okay, I gotta blow my nose or something real quick, so go ahead and take it for a minute.
New York mayor is now Zohran Mamdani. He came out. He won the Democratic primary and came out on top above Cuomo, who the Democratic leadership would just not fucking let go. And he is now the governor of New York, basing a lot of his rhetoric on blatant democratic socialist policies. This is actually a huge win. Oh, also, he's younger than I am.
You talking about the guy who won the mayor in New York?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he is the youngest mayor in New York. I think they said in over a century.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It is an amazing win, and it kind of shows what people are thinking right now. And here's the funny thing about this win: he wasn't only defeating the Republicans, which of course was the side. He was spending most of the time fighting the establishment Democrats, and he still won despite all of that money and backing behind.
When he was a state assemblyman, and when he started the election when he started campaigning, he was at 1% in the polls, and he didn't have any money. He certainly didn't have all the money that Cuomo's had, and he kicked Cuomo's ass in the primaries, and then he kicked his ass again in the general.
Yes, he did. And and if you want to see how corrupt the Democratic Party is, and how I keep kind of raining on about them right now, is on Reddit. There's a Democrat subreddit that's actually ran by the Democratic Party, the DNC, and they will not let you talk about Mamdani. Still,
that's hilarious.
They will kick off the post. They will be like, we don't talk. They want us to talk about AOC or Bernie or Mamdani. So when I say the Democratic, the DNC was vehemently opposed to this man winning, they were vehemently opposed to this man winning.
Oh yeah, they are, on one hand, all their financial incentives from their donors are to be anti-democratic socialists. They've also been convinced that the label of socialist, if it gets on them, it's the death knell in any election. Even in the face of counter evidence like last Tuesday, they still believe that being labeled a socialist is going to kill them in the next presidential election or maybe in the midterms. Like they don't realize where the zeitgeist is right now.
Yeah, I mean, Americans have this thing called Americans civic religion, and one of the idea concepts of that is that so many people hold the concept of capitalism as something holy and that can't be talked about, and if you even question it, you're considered a terrible person. So that's how they demonize even bringing up socialism or democratic socialism,
right.
Because it's inherently anti-American in their mind to even discuss that.
And what's funny is this country used to have Christianity tempering capitalism. Like Christian morals prevented capitalism from going so far in many ways. Now, obviously, they also use Christianity to do horrible things with capitalism, like slavery, but like owning people. But there was also the idea that you shouldn't, swindle your neighbor, and you should run an honest business. And that's kind of gone away. Now it's make whatever buck you can, and that's whatever. And you're a fool if you're leaving money on the table because moral reasons.
And I would argue, somebody who is deeply religious, that is because prosperity gospel has become the inherent go-to in modern U.S. Yeah.
Yeah, prosperity gospel, and quite frankly, I think the prosperity gospel was developed to be that permission structure for greedy capitalism.
Undoubtedly. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. So, I'm sure Brandon would want to talk about this, but we have Steve Bannon, our favorite reactor, on the MAGA side.
Wasn't there a video of him saying, now that they have some control, we're all going to jail, in not so many words.
Yeah, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room, myself included, are going to prison.
Yep.
Oh, God. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Right. But at the same They make us out to be so much more badass than we're ever actually going to be.
Right.
Oh, I know, dude. If we were 1/10 as badass as the Republican Party made us sound like, we would win everything. Like, there wouldn't even be a competition.
I mean, I think if we were as devious as they were, we would be doing way better.
Well, here's the thing about it. Like, I don't know why we aren't as devious. I talk about all the time how I am so sick of the right doing this game where the onus is always on the left to be the bigger person. You know, they'll always say things like, "Oh, so much for the tolerant left," and blah blah blah. Somehow the expectation is that we always have to take the high road, and I don't quite agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think we need to take the high road. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. I mean, if you stop being an asshole, then you stop being treated like an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't know why the moral morals are put on us to have to be the bigger person. And they do it all the time, and they've normalized it. They've absolutely made it a normal concept that people think they should have. And I do agree that we shouldn't sink to their levels on certain things, especially not as violent as they want to be. But for huge amounts of it, like the way they talk to us, I have no issue with reciprocating their tone that they give us. I think we should. Like, as much as I don't particularly want Newsom to be the next president, I do think the way that his media manager is handling the account and parroting Trump and talking to them in the same way, I think that's brilliant, and they needed to hear that. That's why it's getting attention.
Yeah.
I haven't checked in on that lately. Are they still doing it like that?
Yeah, as far as I know, they still are. I don't really get on X or Twitter or whatever you want to fucking call it, but every time I see someone reposting something from there, I'm going, okay, they're still doing it. Fucking sweet, because it cracks me up every time a Fox News or one of the other networks that is up Trump's ass, licking his butthole, saying like, oh, these guys are saying this, this stupid shit. What the hell's wrong with them? Are they in mental decline? And it's clearly like he's mimicking.
I know, right?
And it's like, dude, it's obvious it's a satire. He's making fun of the way Trump talks. How are you not seeing that? So, because
there's something you got to understand about the right is they are completely, I shouldn't say all, well, generally completely media illiterate.
Yeah.
These fucking morons literally, they don't get subtext, they don't get inference, they don't get this. I remember a couple years ago, I saw them walking around with Trump's picture on top of Homelander.
Right.
During their protests. I'm like, do you fucking morons not get that's the bad guy?
This is why I started saying that patriotism is not the tism they have.
Your mom took Tylenol.
Yeah. But just to underscore how good of a night it was, though, for the Democrats or the left in general, because it wasn't just Democrats; it was leftist candidates too, like Mamdani, like we talked about, but. I was been trying to find it here as we talked, and I cannot find it. But somebody put together a metric, and this was ahead of Tuesday night, and it was like they came up with 18 things to watch on Tuesday night, and like if 0 to 2 of them happened, it was a terrible, awful night. If 3 to 5 of them happened, it was a bad night. If 6 to 8 of them happened, it was an okay night. If 9 to 11 of them happened, it was a good night. If 12 to 15 happened, it was a great night. And if 15 to 18 happened, it was a wonderful night, like a fantastic night. All 18 happened. It was 18 for 18.
Yeah, first off, the Mamdani win by far took the most attention from everybody. Because it was by far the most, contested fight. I mean, just watching the Democrats fight Mamdani made everyone pay attention to that. There was much more shocking upsets in other areas. Honestly, the Democratic nominee winning New York is not that shocking.
Right.
A House of Delegates in Virginia sweeping blue. That's crazy.
Yeah. And
These
so like,
are
we have a
seats-
story here.
Huh?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was saying these are seats that in this area Democrats do not typically even run for because there is no chance they're going to get elected, and they swept it.
Yeah, I saw something in Georgia where like in 2024 they were like +2 Republican districts that swung 25 to 30 points in the direction of the Democrats on Tuesday.
Yeah. There was a giant step to the left that was shown in the country on Tuesday, and everyone's trying to figure out what it could mean. A lot of people are taking it as the country rejecting Trumpism, which I would love that, but I don't know if it's that simple. But I do think it's a step in the right direction. But what were you saying? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, no, I was just going to go into our story about it. So I was perfectly fine with you continuing your thought. Because we did have a story from CNN, voters up and down the East Coast delivered Democrats a sweep on Tuesday. In Virginia, Representative Abigail Spanberger turned in the strongest Democratic performance in the state's recent history as she coasted to victory. Mikey Sherrill busted apart the coalition Trump and her Republican rival had put together in New Jersey. So that's 2 governorships right there. Of course, we talked about Zohran Mamdani in New York City. The Democratic wins by candidates with sharp ideological differences will do little to settle the party's long-ranging internal debate about its way forward, with a host of competitive midterm primaries just months away. And that's where we can really make a difference, right? If the Democrats can get progressive or Dem-Soc candidates nominated, that's when they can win a general. Right, you get them nominated in a safe place. That's what David Hogg was doing, right? He was a vice chair of the DNC and was using his influence to try and part of his money to primary safe Democrats with more progressive candidates, which I think needs to be done. And they fired him from his job for it.
Yeah, because they don't want progressives actually taking over. The Democrats are useful to a purpose, but at some point, we're going to have to realize that they're part of the same side, and there needs to be a major shift in the party. I don't think you can shift the party, just the Democrats to the left. I think you're going to have to shift the entire country to the left, and short of a massive act of protest like a general strike, I don't think that's possible.
Well, it does come down to voting in the primaries, because if moving to the left is what gets you into the spot, that's what we're going to get. So it is like, look how long the Tea Party took. It took basically three 2-year cycles, and then it got Trump elected. So that's the kind of thing we could be looking at. Probably needed to happen a little quicker than that, which is hard. So, we'll see what happens, I guess. I do think the Republicans probably get killed in the next presidential election, but who knows who knows what they're going to do to rig it.
Well, the presidential election, I do wonder what the next election is going to look like. We talked about how Trump's going to might try to run for a third term here. Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. There's so many things up in the air with the next election, is how it's even going to work. Yeah, honestly, I could even see them doing the Vance president, Trump vice president.
Now, Trump has said he wouldn't do that. Now, what does that really mean? But he's at least said he wouldn't do that. The thing is, I don't think Trump can run for a third term. I don't think he'll ever clarify his position on that, because he wants to grift money from his supporters for a potential. He still wants to sell MAGA Trump 2028 hats.
You're right. That's probably you're right. That's probably the most likely thing here. Yeah.
And who knows? His brain might be completely mush in the next 2 years.
It's mush right now. That is.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, it's porridge right now.
sorry. Well, no. Well, I was going to talk. Are you about to go to the booing thing?
No. I have something about what we were just about his brain being mush. So I heard something.
You go first.
Yeah. So something really interesting. Sam Cedar of the Majority Report. He was talking about this week how Trump is extra lethargic right now. And there's this theory, and I'm not 100% in on what the theory is, but it's that he goes to the doctor and gets some sort of treatment that like perks him up and gives him some more energy, and it's like it's some sort of dementia treatment. And he was saying based on this theory and the last time that he went to the doctor, based on what this product, I don't know what it is, but he's saying it should be running out about now. So if we get a story about Trump going to the doctor Monday, Tuesday of this week, it might be true that like and then all of a sudden later this week he seems like he has more energy and is more coherent. There might be something to this thing that Trump is going to get these regular dementia treatments.
I absolutely think he's on blood thinners. And has had several and he has had bruises on the back of his hand, which is where you poke old people.
Yeah, well, they were saying that like this treatment is done intravenously, and they would, after failing to get his arm, they would go into his hand.
Yep, that's what we do. That's phlebotomy. Yep, that's correct.
So
I'm surprised.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we're talking.
I was going to say I'm surprised he hasn't requested a suppository.
He can't take those because Stephen Miller's up there.
Peter, have you been swallowing those suppositories?
They would just fall out. There's nothing to put him into. It would just fall out.
But it's just about his brain being mush. This last story I posted, we can go back to the other ones. But everyone's talking about this, and I haven't looked at a lot of the comments. I feel like people must have noticed this as well. Trump got booed at the Commanders game, which Trump getting booed in public, that's not a news story. But have you guys watched this video that I put on there?
I did not.
I'm watching it right now.
Okay, listen closely to what he says right away.
Yeah. Ha! Ha! Did he really do this? Did he really do this?
He said, I told you.
Dude.
Is this edited?
Nope, that's real.
So for those that can't hear it, he's reading off a book or a script, and he says, "I," and state your name.
You should have access to sharing your screen, so you can play that if you want.
That is, it is mind-boggling that this man is the leader of this country. It might be edited. I don't think it is though. I've been seeing this video everywhere, so I don't think it is.
Is it possible that it might be an AI video?
No.
It's definitely a real video. It's just a question of did they put in a fake audio? Because it's the.
Oh yeah, they could have done like a deepfake audio thing or AI audio thing.
Yeah, well, you just imitate him. A lot of people can do a great impression of Donald Trump.
You didn't need to do that. You can find a good AI one.
You know who does an amazing Trump impression? Jamie Foxx. Not Jamie Foxx. Yeah, Jamie Foxx.
Okay. I haven't seen Jamie Foxx on TV in a long time, so.
Yeah. But we talked about the wins. Who else won on Tuesday? Georgia. I think we covered all the big ones, right? I mean, Virginia and New York are the big ones. We have a couple more elections coming up here soon, and hopefully it repeats itself. Like Ohio is coming up soon, correct? Doug?
Oh, so he's like giving. I'm sorry, I'm still watching this video.
Oh, I know. It's mind-boggling, isn't it? You're like, what's going on?
Well, he's like. Here's the thing, though. He's like doing. He's doing the swearing in, like the presidential oath of office, or something. So I wonder if it is just a lifted. If it is lifted from that.
You know what? Let me take a look at this. I'll bet you I'll bet you I can find this still around. It was when I was looking this story up, I saw this in multiple subs, and I feel like it would be called out somewhere, or somebody would be like, "I got the actual audio," you know. Hold up, let me see this. Wait, why don't I just Google it?
Did Trump really say, "I state your name"?
Yeah, he did a swearing-in ceremony there. He fucking sure as shit did.
What the? For what?
Trump read the oath of enlistment to on-field service members from his luxury suite.
Ah.
Oath of enlistment. Okay. Also, you hear that he wants the new Commander Stadium named after himself?
Yeah. So, okay. So if he's doing that swearing in thing, then he is supposed to say, "State your name." And then the people that are repeating after him on the field state their name. Because they're the one. He's giving the oath for others to take there. That's what's happening.
Okay, I gotcha. That makes sense. It is funny, though, that he got booed so loudly.
Yeah, well, he better be.
I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, DC, that says to me, well, DC is very left-leaning. He probably wouldn't get booed in certain parts of the country, let's be honest. As much as that sucks, like, fucking do that in Kentucky and they'd probably fucking applaud him, you know?
Yeah. In addition to all this nonsense and being booed and whatnot, Trump is demanding the filibuster. He wants Republicans to kill the filibuster, but that was for ending the shutdown. So I guess they didn't have to.
That was, yeah. And honestly, the Senate would never do that, because of it. Just I just want to cover the fact that to everyone that would never happen. The Senate would probably never ever go for that because it would open the floodgates. You know, I'm sure even if the Republicans tried to cheat and tried to be like, okay, well, now we're going to reinstate the filibuster once we're about to lose power, you know, the Democrats would just immediately do it again once they got into power. And, you know, the filibuster is actually what allows for the minority party to hold any kind of sway. I do think, though, that the filibuster should actually take what it used to. I don't think you should really have to call for one. I think that somebody should have to get there and talk for, 30 hours. If you really are that committed to it.
I mean, the interesting thing, though, is the way that they do it now is a filibuster, is just like an actual kind of indefinite injunction. Whereas a talking filibuster, you got to stop at some point, right? Like, the record is barely over 24 hours, so...
I'm not gonna lie, I just like filibusters that speak. They're always so interesting.
No, it's true, but it's just like you wouldn't actually people wouldn't do it because 2 days later the work would still get done.
Maybe.
I don't know how it went from that to what it is now. Like, I don't know why they allowed it.
I'm sure, exactly like you said, because it doesn't do much, and it was about making the process actually mean something.
Now, we've been talking about the election and the good night that we had. One of those good nights, or one of those good elections, was that Prop 50 in California passed.
Woohoo! Which, not
Yay!
actually a big surprise to me, but no. I mean, I am super happy about it. Still, another major strike against the right, and
it passed with almost 2/3 of the vote.
Oh yeah, people are majorly forward. Fuck you, Arnie, goddamn motherfucker.
Yeah, the Election Rigging Response Act. It's a constitutional amendment for the California state constitution that would allow the state to use a new legislature-drawn congressional map from 26 to 30 instead of the one drawn by the Redistricting Commission. So, yep, that passed overwhelmingly, 64.1 to 35.9. And it will go into effect if Texas goes through with theirs, which I believe is happening. So, there you go.
That is a huge thing, I think. If nothing, I feel like, true, the extra congressional votes are going to mean a lot. But more importantly, I felt like it was very important to highlight the hypocrisy of the right.
Right.
When it comes to things like this. They wanted to do this in Texas, had the full support of the president, every single person, every single Republican. They do the exact same thing in California, and suddenly it's, no, you can't do that. And the only difference was, which side they stood up for. And this is I've said it before, this is the point of fascism. Like, at the end of the day, it's to other a specific group. It's okay in their mind for them to gerrymander, right-wing areas in order to gain extra votes, because according to them, they're good, patriotic Americans, and we're communists that are trying to throw everything, destroy the American way. This is the point of everything they've played at until now.
Yep.
That hypocrisy is the point.
Ah, shit, I just closed my notes.
Sorry about that. That is something I think about a lot, and yeah.
So, do you want to talk about this? I'm not sure which one of you put this on here, but the Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys?
I put that on there because I don't know if either of you guys ever watched Trailer Park Boys, but his character is probably the funniest one of the three.
I definitely know who Bubbles is, but I've never watched the show.
I could have sworn this happened years ago. So if this is new, then he... Wait.
It caught up to him.
Hold up. On October 20th... that must be a typo.
Yeah, 2026. So he was just charged for something that happened in 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay.
That's probably supposed to be 2025. Yeah, I see that too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I what's funny? I had a comedian who showed me this show, but he showed me so early on that this dude wasn't even part of it at that point.
Oh, really? Because when I first saw it, I saw the movie. Didn't even see the TV show until later. But his, Bubbles was part of it from the very beginning of the movie, anyhow. So.
Yeah, he joined later on in the series, not like super later on, but I mean, this show was well respected amongst a lot of the comedians I knew back in the day. Yeah. It was this show, and what else was it? BoJack Horseman. Okay. All the comedians were like.
I never watched BoJack Horseman. I've heard good things about it though.
It's really well written.
Okay.
I haven't seen the whole thing through, but it is really well written. It really does show like depression in a very like realistic manner.
Oh shit! I thought it was a comedy.
It is a comedy. It is a comedy, but the main point of the main theme of that is well, I don't know. What do you say? Failure? No, not failure.
I'll have to check it out. Either way.
The character is not happy. It is very.
It's a cartoon, right?
Yeah, BoJack Horseman is a cartoon. It's basically Lego Batman is the lead character. The actor who plays him, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but the host of the Lego show.
Formerly the host. Yeah.
He's not the host anymore.
No.
Oh shit! Wait, hold up. Somebody's here. Oh no, she's not. Wait, where is she? She said she was.
Is she in the... Oh, I see her. Hold on. Oh. I'll bring her in. Hold on.
Okay. Hey, relax, Han.
Come on.
She's saying, let me in.
It's not give... Oh, here we go. I have to hit that button. There we go.
Calm yourself, woman.
I'm not always looking directly at the screen, so I'm sorry. Okay.
I know. I need my second monitor back. I miss my second monitor like a mofo.
There we go. Even with my second monitor, I still don't always see these things because I have to scroll up and down to see it. Welcome in, Han.
Hey, Han. Yeah, it's been a minute.
I hear you guys talking about second monitors, and I think you guys be happy to know that I have like technically 4 monitors.
You should give one of them to Brandon.
Her boyfriend's a major nerd, so you know.
Matt, how big is my monitor? 48-inch or something?
It's not the size that counts. Yeah, it's not the size that matters. It's how you use it.
It's not the size. Really it's the density of the pixels.
It really is the size. It really is the size of the monitor because my second monitor is like 17 inches and it's barely usable.
That's what I always
I
get
remember
told.
that from
17
parents'
inches
house,
is barely usable.
and
That's
remember
what she
my
said.
parents' house,
God
and
damn it.
from my parents' house, I would have my laptop and like have the second monitor. It was like really ass compared to when I moved in with Matt, and he got like the Samsung Neo something G9 Odyssey. That curved monitor, yeah, he got that one. So that's why he gave me a 48-inch monitor. So I basically have a TV on my that's all the time, but it is a bit of a handful
Are you
because I do have
doing
to
your
move my head around a
dishes
lot.
while you're
and it's
talking
really
to
nice.
us?
Oh shit! Yeah, you guys hear that? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to stop doing stuff like that when you're on the microphone. I told you that.
It also
The
sounds
ding
like it also sounds like you're on a speakerphone, so it's really kind of echoey a little bit.
Oh, I'm on my headset. I'm on my headphones.
Oh, okay.
Todd, if you're gonna clean,
Yeah.
if you're gonna clean, call back later.
Give me a second. I'll just like a minute. Okay, I'll just mute.
I watch anime with this girl all the time, and she does the same shit. I'm like, will you fucking stop?
Because like clang, 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 shuffle, shuffle,
I know.
shuffle, clang,
I'm like,
clang.
you know, that's loud as shit, right?
All right, I'm going in. Hold on, I gotta jackhammer the sidewalk while I talk. Hold on, 1 second.
I know. What are you doing? I'm learning to play the spoons. What are you doing?
I mean, yeah. You can't be multitasking while on a live stream.
Is that was that our last of the regular news stories? Because I know if we didn't go to this note,
I think
It was, yes, yeah.
it was. Did you guys? So I know I talk about this series, but did you guys see the absolute Batman thing the other week, where how the right was wigging out?
I think Todd said something about that to you.
Posted a link. I posted a link in the chat, and you're like, "Absolute Batman's badass," and I was like, "Yeah, that's why I shared it."
Yeah, it's awesome. I love that series. If you guys have not seen that series, read that, you need to start reading it.
I need to check
it's more
it out.
It's more than just Batman now. They expanded way far. So the whole idea is that Darkseid basically made his own universe. So everything in this universe is like fucking fucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
All right, well, Todd, you want to officially take us to the Geek segment?
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Welcome to What's Geek this week. Your go-to for the coolest in pop culture tech and nerdy news. Let's dive in.
All right, yes, it is What's Geek this week, and let's maybe pull up the Google Doc so I can pull this stuff up. I just replaced the first story because it's like I was reading through. It's like I don't want to talk about that. It was Predator related, and I'm like, yeah, that should be cool. And I'm like, no, I don't really need to see that.
But that is a cool story.
It was basically just saying how the crossover should include Ripley and Schwarzenegger's characters, and they're both in their both in their 70s. That's never gonna fucking happen unless it's animated. So
yeah, and they need to stop. They need to limit the amount that they do those kind of things like as much as they can.
Yeah, Arnold isn't doing action movies without having like body doubles or CGI involved, so it's not going to happen.
I like Arnold as an actor, but I despise his politics sometimes.
I don't know. I don't pay attention that much. The story I did replace it with is Predator Badlands breaks box office record on opening weekend. The last time a new Predator movie debuted in theaters, the franchise seemed to be at the end of its rope, with Shane Black's 2018 film The Predator was critically panned misfire that earned just $160.5 million worldwide. However, in the years since that movie came out, Predator experienced an unexpected resurgence thanks to the guiding hand of director Dan Trachtenberg, streaming hits Prey and Predator Killer of Killers. That's the movie I thought this was going to be. I thought Killer of Killers was just getting put in theaters. This is a completely different movie, and it's so much better, actually. To put the IP back on the map, setting the stage for an anticipated return to theaters, many were curious to see how Predator Badlands would fare as it opened this weekend, and Trachtenberg's latest exceeded expectations to break notable box office records. without giving away anything, it's really, really, really good. It's from the Predator's point of view. It's not from the people he's hunting. He is the one you're watching it from, his point of view. Go see it. Really good. I'm gonna buy it. So let's just.
I miss the old AVP games.
Dude,
you play as one of the Predators back in that game, and holy shit! I mean, it was the one where you got to feel like a badass. Did you play that? I'm sure you did, right?
I played the one that was on Genesis back in the day, and then about 10 years ago there was a version that was I think it ran on the Unreal Tournament engine because it was a third-person view, first-person shooter. So you're running around as either or you switch back and forth depending on what level you're on if you're playing the story. And yeah, that one was really good. I don't remember the name of that one though. That one was probably just AVP or Alien versus Predator.
Yeah,
probably subtitled.
The original AVP games were amazing. I think it was AVP 2 that I got super into, and you could play as either a Marine, an Alien, or a Predator. And all three of the storylines were entirely different, and all three of the storylines had entirely like different feels to them. Because as an alien, you could like climb up walls and like go into ducts and stuff, and you were basically hunting humans for the most part. So you were kind of more of a stealth game. As the humans, it was a horror game because you were straight up walking these hallways, getting jumped by all kinds of aliens and stuff. As the Predator, you felt like just a badass. Like you were just a fucking beast. Like, I mean, you had all of his gear. You could see, infrared. You could fire the rockets out, the blades, all that stuff. You had the harpoon gun. You could, like, shoot people's heads off their shoulders and all that. Being a Predator was amazing. If you ever, it's an old game, but if you ever have a chance to play it, man, give it a try. You'd like it. Yeah, no,
I think that's the one I played on the Genesis. Was the one where it's kind of a side-scrolling. It's very similar to the Ninja Turtles game as far as the mechanics of it.
Oh, the one I'm talking about was a first-person shooter, actually.
Oh, maybe that's the other one I was talking about, because that's the one. That's the most recent one I played. Is the one that was like a first-person shooter.
But that was made like the AVP. What was it? Dude, I played that. Now that what year was that? I was young, not super young. Not that young.
The one I was thinking of, it must have been like a remaster because I only saw it for the first time like 10 years ago.
There was. I think you're right. The first. No, which one was it? Oh, AVP 2, 2001.
Okay, the one I'm talking about is from 2010.
I don't see one for a 2010 game, but I'm not. This probably not a comprehensive list, to be honest with you.
It says here. It looks like it might be like a revamped. Yeah,
I can see that. Honestly, the original AVP. Oh yeah, there it is. You're right. There is an AVP. Oh, you're right. I didn't see this. I'm just blind. I'm sorry. There is an Alien vs. Predator that was made in 2010, and it is not a remake. I don't think it was its own thing. I just haven't played this yet.
Oh, dude, this one was badass. It really was.
Let me take a look at this.
Because what I remember from it, you could play multiplayer, and you could select who you want to play as, alien, predator, or human. And in the storyline, you can also pick, I think, or you switch between characters depending on the level you're on. I think is how it actually works.
It's made by Rebellion. That's interesting. Predator. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you can do all three in these ones. But like I said, that thing I loved about the original game that I played was just how different all three play styles were. Like honestly, the playing as the Marine back when I was younger was one of the scariest games I ever played. Like I played my dad's laptop, absolutely crapping myself. Way back in the day. Oh my god, it was so scary. But no, I'm actually super happy to hear that that the Predator movie is doing well. I know a lot of right wingers were really mad about the movie because it had a female lead. Well,
the last one did, yeah.
And they were like, oh, it's never going to make money because they went all woke. And it's like, well, look at this. One of the literally highest grossing first, opening for a Predator movie ever. So
Oh wait, yeah, there is a female lead. She is not the lead though. She is one of the leads.
I know one of the leads. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And of course the right was trying to say that super woke because it's not Arnold at the forefront again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, it's been fucking 30 years or no 40 years since the first one. So come on. I mean, he's in his 70s. He's not going to be doing those kinds of movies ever again. Unless he used heavy on the CGI and body doubles,
He can't. He's not built. Even then, he can't probably even do half those stunts anymore. He's how old? How old is Arnold now?
He's in his 70s, man. He's close to 80.
Yeah.
He's close to 80.
Yeah, he can't do that anymore.
So either way, go see this movie. If you don't see it this weekend, go see it. Either way, it's worth the ticket price to see it in theaters, even if you have to sit next to someone who's on their fucking phone the whole time. God.
Oh, did that happen?
Yeah, but they were there with their parents, and I leaned over. Can you tell them to turn their phone off? We're watching a movie, and he goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Yeah." So, thank you. I'm trying to enjoy the movie, and I'm getting this light from the corner of my eye. It's not good, man. All right, so apparently the next story I have here is a movie that didn't do well in theaters. Is like getting all of the streams on Tubi, and that is the Zachary Levi led Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Apparently, it's doing really, really well on I think it's Tubi or one of the streaming sites, one of the free streaming sites. It says it's not uncommon that huge franchises like Marvel or Star Wars or even DC to drop the occasional flop. It happens pretty often. Honestly, yes, we're talking about Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. Fuck those guys. I love that movie. But somehow this DC bomb has made it onto Flix Patrol Top 10 movies for Tubi, leaving us genuinely scratching our heads and wondering just who exactly is binging it. I don't know. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't like the best of the DC movies.
I didn't see Shazam 1 or 2.
I mean, they're worth at least one watch, dude, honestly. They're not terrible. They're not great either. So,
I've always been opposed to the basic concept of Shazam is a thing.
Why?
Including a child in that kind of world is fucked.
Well, technically speaking, when he's a hero, he is not a child. He becomes.
Funny? They actually address this in the comic. Superman addresses this straight up in the comic. That is fucked up.
Yeah, actually, I think in one of the animated movies, it was like, "You're a child."
No, in one of the comics, when Superman finds out he's a child, he actually gets in the Wizard Shazam's face and is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "It's his destiny." He's like, "I don't give a shit about destiny. That's a kid."
Yeah, because think about it. He is like what, 12 or 13 in the body of an adult, like a 30-something, 40-something-year-old adult.
Well,
with like all those powers and shit.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, I want to say when this happens is when Superman learns this, because during one of the basically somebody finds out who he is, attacks him, and almost kills his best friend, and that's when Shazam reveals to him, "I'm like a 12-year-old kid," and Superman is of course like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Who did this?" And what he hears about it, he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "He just almost killed his friend. Like, this is a child."
Yeah. Well, either way, these movies are available on Tubi, and if you haven't seen them, I recommend at least one watch. Like I said, they weren't fantastic, but they weren't hot garbage either. Although Zachary Levi is a garbage human being.
Wow.
That being said, the movie was not terrible.
Oh shit! What is? I don't know who that Levi guy is.
Zachary Levi was the lead actor in the show Chuck. He was a RFK Jr. supporter before he joined Trump's cabinet, and was a known anti-vaxxer.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was a fan of his until I found out he was an anti-vaxxer. It's like, you know what? He's a fantastic actor. He's very pro-geek and nerd culture, and I like that, but I can't support anybody who's anti-vax. I'm sorry. I can't.
So I like Henry Cavill, huge nerd.
Oh no, yeah, he's. I would say Cavill is a bigger nerd than Levi, But
Dude,
Cavill's
by the
also
way,
not
have you
garbage
heard-
human either.
Oh yeah, Cavill's a great guy. Have you heard anything more about the Warhammer series he was supposed to do?
I haven't heard
Recently?
anything about it because I know of Warhammer. I just don't follow anything about it. So
Oh, okay. I know he was supposed to like be an executive producer on that, but then on for an Amazon series. But then I haven't heard anything since then.
all right.
But I love that, dude. I love Warhammer.
All right, the second to the last story for the nerd stories is Gremlins 3 is now on track to being an actual thing. It's going to start filming, I think, early next year, and it's going to be coming out Christmas 2027. And it sounds like both Spielberg and Joe Dante are back. So Chris Columbus is writing the script.
Spielberg is executive producer, though. Wasn't Spielberg the director? No,
Joe Dante. Joe Dante was the director.
Okay. I can't remember. I barely remember Gremlins. I watched it a couple times, but not.
Oh man, it's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. I watch it every year.
Do you think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Absolutely, yes.
Really?
Yes. You know
why?
You know why? Because Christmas is taking place during the movie.
But
that's just the time thing.
Yeah, so?
I mean, it's not a Christmas movie in the sense of, like, being about Christmas.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's not, you just said
But
Christmas.
it is fun to have it as a Christmas movie because, I mean, they are celebrating Christmas. Like, they're at the office Christmas party.
Right.
That's where the movie's taking place.
Yeah.
You know what my family's Christmas movie is? The Christmas Vacation.
I watch that too. There's a bunch of movies I watch every year because they are at some point in my life have some meaning for me. I mean, Gremlins, I was a huge fan of that movie back when I was a kid. That movie came out in '84. I was the perfect age to watch that. It scared the hell out of me, but I still liked it all the way through.
I was born in '84.
I was, I was 10 in '81, so I was. God, I can't brain right now. Either way, I was like 12 or 13. I was around that age. But yeah, no, it's absolutely, because it takes place during the holiday, I consider it a Christmas movie. So it doesn't have to be about the holiday for it to be a holiday movie. Just like when we get closer to the holidays, I'll explain everything as far as like the music I listen to and the TV shows and movies I watch. They have nothing to do with the holiday itself. It's the fact that they're taking place during those times. So, all right. So the last story on the Geeks this week is apparently Archer's coming back. And
Wait, what?
Not that Archer.
Oh.
Jonathan Archer. The captain from the Star Trek Enterprise TV series, Scott Bakula. I had you excited for a second there. What? Yeah. But yeah, Star Trek's future could be well reliant on the past. After Picard, you might want to mute yourself if you're going to die over there.
Sorry.
Anyways, what was I saying? After Picard revived the Next Generation, Discovery led the into Strange New Worlds. There's been more talk of other revival and spin-off shows rumored of. Star Trek Legacy gained traction online, of course, and more recently Star Trek United, which could continue Captain Jonathan Archer's story decades after Enterprise came to light. I'm cool with that. I would love to see more of that. We don't need to have a retelling of the original series. As much as I like the Kelvin universe, I don't really necessarily need the Kelvin universe. We just need more Star Trek in general, in my mind.
That's the movie universe, right? The Kelvin universe.
Kelvin is the JJ Trek, is what I used to call it.
Right.
You know, J.J. Abrams did the first one, and I think the third one. I don't know who did the second one. But
to be honest, I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. I like the concept of Star Trek. I especially like the social construct and philosophizing behind Star Trek. I've never been a particular fan of the series, though. To be
honestly, the original series, I can't get around the terrible acting in the original series. Shatner is a terrible actor, but
he is.
Next Generation was my introduction. My hey, this is cool sci-fi fantasy stuff. You'll like this if you like Star Wars, and I got into it. I keep in mind I was also the same age as Wesley Crusher, so his character I kind of tacked on to because I was like, he's my in on this, because the original series didn't have any young people on there. They were all in their 30s or whatever. So I saw myself in Wesley, even though everyone hated Wesley. I don't understand that at all. But and it had 7 seasons, so I mean that show was better than the original series, because the original series had 3. But and all the spin-offs were actually not terrible. I didn't go out of my way to watch all of them. I think I started watching Deep Space Nine, and I got about 3 or 4 seasons in before I started to get bored of it, and that's when they brought in Worf and other likable characters from Next Generation. I was like, okay, I'll continue watching because I recognize these guys. I didn't really get into Voyager until they brought in 709 because, well, Jerry Ryan is exceedingly hot, and skin-tight leotards are not a bad thing to stare at while you're watching TV. I didn't get into Enterprise. That one was different. That one was supposed to take place 100 years before Kirk. So teleporters were brand fucking new, and they didn't trust them, and people would if they used them would have debris in their skin and shit, and it was fucking weird. And of course the captain had a dog, and I don't understand that at all. But
what? Why?
The other captains didn't have animals, so to me it was weird to have an animal.
Data had a cat.
Data had a cat, not Data. There's a whole episode about
that. Yeah, Data had a cat. So yeah, I mean, why is that weird? They had animals. Everything was
specifically the captain. So Data had a cat. He was also lieutenant commander in the series. He didn't have that cat until I think 4th or 5th season. Either way,
he also wasn't even human.
True, he's an android or synthoid or whatever you want to call it.
He had a cat.
Yeah,
tell him he's a good cat. Tell him he's pretty.
Yes. Well, the thing. See, the thing is. I couldn't see Picard having a pet. He doesn't strike me as the kind of person who would have something that would require his attention like that.
Oh, I vehemently disagree.
But I feel like Picard had a dog at home.
But actually, he actually owns pit bulls. He rescues pit bulls.
I mean, in the real world, no.
In the real world, he's a pit bull rescuer.
That doesn't surprise me. But the character of Picard, I don't see having any pets. He doesn't strike. He doesn't like kids.
I disagree completely.
Dude, he didn't like kids.
I don't like kids.
It took him 7 years of being on Star Trek for Picard to start to warm up to Wesley. He didn't like Wesley from the very beginning, but
I don't like kids either. But I love animals, so those are not mutually exclusive.
Well, I'm just
things.
saying that I didn't see him as a cat or dog kind of guy. If anything, he would probably have stuffed animals, a cat
guy, 100%. I disagree. Cat guy, 100%.
Not stuffed animals. I mean, taxidermied animals. I would see him having something like that.
Oh, no, hell no. That's so macabre. And honestly, he wouldn't do that because I believe even Picard, the character, was vegan, right? Vegetarian?
I don't remember him ever talking about being vegan, and he wasn't.
They didn't have to real meat because they could synthesize it, right?
Yeah, it was all it was all synthetic anyhow. The only member of Star Trek Next Generation that I'm aware of that is a vegan that's Michael Dorn. And that's Commander Worf. Yeah, he became a vegan. I think 4 seasons in.
Well, wait, really? I didn't know that. Yeah. This is how little about Star Trek I know.
Well, I was going to say, Brendan,
vegan?
You have some very passionate opinions about something you claim to not be very much of a fan of.
Right?
I know.
Right?
I love these. I love the lore and the social implications of specific
The idea of Star
replication
Trek is
technology.
nice.
Yeah, honestly,
dude,
if you were to start with any Star Trek series, if you wanted to watch a series and kind of get more of what what Roddenberry wanted for humanity, watch Next
space
Generation.
Socialism. He wanted space socialism.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, it really. I mean, yeah. They get rid of money and greed goes away and start caring about everybody. Yeah.
I was talking to one of my clients the other day about this thing, and I was like, the idea is the replicator technology suddenly made like basic needs an almost non-existent thing. There was no longer a need for like you to buy your food. You could literally just have free food replicated to you immediately. And that's what made suddenly, once you got rid of capitalism, people could go into space.
Yeah, I need an actual Star Trek, like someone who like lives and breathes Star Trek, to explain to me where a replicator gets its energy and matter from.
I believe from just the basic, like the energy core from the ship, right?
I mean, as far as like the power, yeah, but as far as how it works, it utilizes a lot of the same technology that transporters use. It breaks down and rebuilds things on the molecular level. So they stored patterns of things when transporting them, and then they can use that pattern to recreate it in the. But
the energy is just coming from the ship's energy, and they have
the warp core. Yeah,
they have infinite energy on board ship.
Yeah, it's essentially like having it. The warp core like is fusion. Essentially like nuclear fission or fusion, whatever you want to call it.
All right. Next story. Are we ready for some Florida?
I think we are ready for some Florida.
Oh no, here we go again. A barefoot guy robbing a gas station in the name of Gavin Newsom. Call the police, arrest the Florida man. Is it Florida?
Not. All right. So I grabbed a few stories today. I kind of tried to, like I always do, I try to find stories that could sound like it's from Florida, but there are at least a couple in there that are not Florida. Let's see if you guys can figure out which ones they are.
Got a hint this time.
Yeah. So the first one is man finds strange box in his yard and everyone has a same theory.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What is that from?
7.
Oh, okay.
7,
yeah.
Okay.
6, 7.
God damn it, no.
You know what? I finally heard what that's about, dude. 6, 7 apparently is on the periodic tables as HO. And it's basically calling your teacher a hoe.
I wonder if that's just one theory. I don't know. A lot of these brain rots, I think, are just
it's probably nothing, but people are coming up with like intricate ideas about it. But so what do you guys think? Do you think the man finds strange box in his backyard?
Well, what's the theory?
Someone's getting messages. Where is the theory? It's like something from like the 1800s or whatever. So they just think it was also the property used to be a church. So it's.
I'm gonna say not Florida.
I'm gonna say it is Florida because it's 1800. It's still early enough. I mean, recent.
Were
enough.
we even here in 1800s?
Yeah.
On the East Coast, we were.
Yeah, country was founded in like 1776.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, I believe we would have got that far by 1800s for sure.
All right, so Doug, you didn't get this one. Brandon, it was the UK. I had to change the yard from garden because the garden would have given it away. It says, I think I found a grave in my garden. There was a chapel on the site, according to an 1850-ish map. I've contacted the council affiliates archaeology group, and they have no response yet. Basically, he still doesn't have any idea. Hasn't opened it yet. So
it could still be Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
It's her original thing of goop.
It could be a dead cat or a live cat. Maybe both at the same time.
Yes, it's Schrodinger's cat. But yeah, no, that was the UK. Next one, alleged. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Coquina rocks theft, arrested after attempting to sell them as items on Facebook.
So try and say that again.
It is Coquina. I'm not going to say it again.
Coquina?
Coquina?
Cuna?
I have no idea what a coquina is, but
it could be in Florida. Sure. I'm gonna say Florida.
I'm gonna say not Florida, just to be different.
Okay, Doug, you got it this time. Orlando, man. It says a Palatka man is accused of stealing supplies from a construction site and attempting to sell them for a profit. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office said Thomas Dupree, 37, listed coquina rocks for sale on Facebook Marketplace. The Sheriff's Office said Dupree's trailer is seen on traffic cameras leaving the construction site. This guy looks like he's probably a red hat, too. He looks like a red hat. Or he smokes a lot of crack. Or both.
Probably both.
Yeah. All right. So, next one. Daughter kills parents, lives with corpses in homemade mausoleum.
Oh, boy.
Florida.
Yeah, I feel Florida on this, too, unfortunately.
All right. You're both wrong, man. Essex. This happened in Great Barrow, Essex, which is...
So what we're finding out is that England is a lot like Florida.
This is behind the doors of her detached family home, however, lay a grim truth that both her parents were dead, their bodies concealed in what police later described as a homemade mausoleum. McCullough, 36, was sentenced at Chelmsford Crown Court for life imprisonment with a minimum term of 36 years after admitting to murdering her parents, John and Lois McCullough. The killings carried out in June 2019 went unnoticed until September 2023, when police discovered the remains inside the property following a missing person investigation. It sounds like what happened was their doctors said, we haven't seen them in like several years. They haven't come in for any checkups, so we want to see if they're okay. So, yeah. I think that is all. No, there's one more story here. One more. Police say woman faked crime using AI-generated images. Do you think that's Florida, or is it someplace else?
I'm saying Florida.
What do you think, Doug?
Could be. I mean, there's not a lot to go on here. It's kind of just a guess.
I know. That's why I'm just saying Florida.
I'm going to say not Florida, just because there's so little details. I'm going to say Todd had to cut stuff out because it would have given it away.
Yeah, I kind of did. Yeah.
Nah.
So yes, St. Petersburg, Florida.
Oh yeah.
I should put the air horn on my board. It's like when you get it.
Yeah.
So says here the victim, now suspect, was stating that this subject, who she was unaware of, she didn't know him, had forced himself into her home. Ashley Lombardo, a public information specialist for SPPD, said multiple officers responded to 32-year-old Brooke Schnitzalt, her home in October 7th. Police said she showed officers a picture she said she took of the suspect, but officers didn't find any evidence of a crime. They said she, again, told the police that she was also sexually battered by the person. Officers responded for a second time, and that's when Lombardo said they realized the man in her picture wasn't real at all. He was AI generated. I mean, at least they figured it out. At least they didn't go beyond the second, showing up at her house. How dumb do you have to be to think to believe a AI generated photo is real? Because there's always a tail with those.
Oh, I know. There's always something that doesn't look right. I agree.
I mean, the first thing you look at anytime there's a video online, look at how fluid the movements are. If it's too easy to go from left to right, it looks like it's floating. It probably AI.
Yeah, the floating thing is what I notice every time.
Or the other thing that they have problems with is faces when moving left to right. The faces are all weird, and the hands are never right. The hands always have extra fingers or not enough fingers. So.
Better at the hands, but I agree. The stuff doesn't look right.
Yeah, I mean, even Trump's video of him shitting on the protesters, that was clearly
that was terrible all around.
Yeah,
you have to be dumb to think that was real.
Right. All right, that is it for the Florida man. So.
Yep, Doug, you there?
I am here.
All right.
So how do we do? How do we do in the long run there?
I think it's pretty evened out. I mean, I think you both got at least one or two right. So.
Oh yeah, I don't even.
You each got two, I think, is what it boils down.
All
to.
right, we'll split the prize money.
Yeah. Okay.
You can fight over the quarter that I'm going to give you.
Hooray.
We'll video and post that on our Substack.
On the Patreon, yeah.
Or the Patreon.
All right. Well, any famous last words, you guys?
What are you gonna do? Shoot me? I'm sure that's been said probably a couple of times.
Or we got a message. I don't know when this came in. We are infamous. I came for the Jonas. I came for Jonas. We are infamous. I don't know if he's one of your guys' friends or not. I don't know who.
No, never heard of him.
I don't know.
I came for the what?
I came for Jonas.
Jonas.
Jonas. Jonas.
Whatever.
I just now
Are
saw
they still
it.
watching?
I don't know. Probably because there's 3 people watching over on YouTube. Thanks for watching over there, and there's 2 people over on Twitch. So thank you guys for tuning in, and be sure to like, follow, and share everything that you see in front of you, and go and subscribe to the Substack and on the YouTubes and wherever else you get your podcasts.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. This has been the Attention Deficit Hyperactive Politics Podcast with Doug, Todd, and Brandon. We record live every Sunday night, and the podcast will be posted Tuesday at midnight. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.